Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video, let me tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed filming. Wasn't too happy when I was editing it. It was kind of made me a bit depressed because obviously I'm back into the real world and no longer having a all-inclusive buffet, an all-you-can-eat buffet for every meal of the day, which I'm devastated about. So this is basically a look through all of the food that I ate on my holiday to La Pineda. We stayed at the TUI Suneo Estival in La Pineda, which is near Salou. I think it's a 4-star hotel. And yes, so it was all inclusive. So we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all you can eat. And we also had a snack bar and free drinks. So my filming during the stay, I was a little bit nervous about filming the kind of buffet section because there's obviously a lot of people around. It was very busy and I was a bit nervous. So it took me a few days to kind of get into filming the buffet. So a lot of the kind of shots that you'll see, the upcoming shots that you'll see are just what's on my plate and me kind of trying the food on my plate. But I did get some film of the buffets towards the end when I kind of just didn't really care anymore. But before we go into that, I'm just going to kind of give you an overview so you can actually have, if you're going there, you can have some knowledge of what you can expect to find in the food and the snack areas. So in the main restaurant, there's a main buffet restaurant. I think if you are inclusive, you have access to the hotel next door. You have access to their restaurant as well. We didn't go in there, we just stayed in ours. So it's quite a big restaurant. There's kind of seating at the back, seating at the front and to the side of the main kind of buffet area. I really loved the food. I thought it was really good. There was no horror stories of, raw chicken, anything like that. I really, really loved the food. There was always a good mix of food to eat. So there was lots of meat, there was lots of vegetables, there was lots of just kind of plain foods for picky eaters. So I was really, really impressed with it. Okay, so let me talk through, sorry, I got my notes here because I don't want to forget anything. So we'll start with breakfast. So for breakfast, they had kind of a cereal section where they had about 3 or 4 cereals. I think I saw a chocolatey one, a muesli one. I think there was Rice Krispies, and I think a cornflakes. So yeah, just kind of jars of cereal. And then they had a milk that you could pour yourself, and I did see someone with some oat milk, so I think they also provided oat milk. I'm not sure about soy milk, but I did see someone with a carton of oat milk. Then they had on the same table, they had some dried fruit, so they had apricots, raisins, and I think dates, and then they had spreads, so they had jams, and my father-in-law said that they had honey, but I didn't see it. They had chocolate spreads, fake Nutella, that you can just pour yourself. And then moving along, kind of continuing the continental theme, they had big tubs of yogurt, so you could just ladle some out. But they also had single serve pots of yogurt as well that I saw. Then they had continental, so slices of cheese, ham, salamis, things like that. I also noticed they had some salad bits out for breakfast, which is a bit odd because I don't really eat salad at breakfast. And then moving on, they had lots and lots of pastries. Now these were incredible. There was one, I think I filmed it in a clip. It's a mini croissant, but it's got chocolate inside it. It's not a pain au chocolat. They also have pain au chocolats as well, but this was a proper shape of a croissant but with chocolate inside it, and it was drenched in icing sugar, and it was just lovely, 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 lovely. They also had a custardy pastry, and yeah, obviously the standard croissants and pain au chocolat. They also had lots of bread rolls, They also had sliced bread. They had one of those toast machines where they terrify me. You put it in and then you wait for it to kind of go round and it drops out at the end. In my experience of using those, the first go is never enough and the second go brings the fire brigade. So I kind of just don't really bother with those. Now, moving on to the hot food. They had really, really good hot food. They had pancakes, waffles. I saw French toast one day, although not on the other days. So I think it was kind of something that was switched out for the waffles. So they had thin pancakes and thick pancakes. Waffles, which are kind of like the small kind of, I think like Belgian Liège waffles. Then in terms of like your English breakfast kind of stuff, they had bacon, sausages, a few different selections of sausages. I think they had a chicken sausage and they had like a spicy sausage that tasted a bit like chorizo, which I thought was amazing. They had, what are they called? Hash browns. My only criticism was the bacon. It was very, very thin bacon, very American bacon. It wasn't like British bacon and it was very, very crunchy. I liked it, but I know that some people obviously like your back bacon, your thick rashers. This was very much like streaky kind of bacon and like American style bacon. They did have a few weird dishes. They had mashed potato for some reason. I don't know why they had mashed potato at breakfast. So that was a little bit odd. They had porridge as well, I think I saw. I didn't have any. But yeah, it was really, really good. And they had eggs all different kinds of ways. So they were frying them. There was scrambled egg, which I really liked. But the star of the show for me were the poached eggs. They were just delicious. They were cooked perfectly, and I've got a clip of me cutting one open. Absolutely perfect. I love those. They have beans. So yeah, good quality breakfast, cooked well. Only criticism for me would be the bacon was a little bit crispy. So moving on to lunch and dinner. They had, lunch and dinner was quite a similar setup. But there were different dishes. So it wasn't the same dishes for lunch and for dinner, which I really liked. I liked the fact that there was variety for lunch and dinner. You could kind of eat different things, but it was the kind of same setup. So you had your starters. So you had salads, cold cuts, pickles, and then you had bread to obviously go with that kind of stuff. I really liked the fact that they had oils and they also had little dishes of spices. So you could kind of make your own dressings in a way, I guess, or you kind of, sprinkle on some herbs and spices to your salad, which I really, really liked. Then they also had the cheese and ham section back out for lunch and dinner, which just sliced cheeses. Sometimes they had blue cheese, sometimes it was just kind of like a Gouda. They had a weird thing, which was kind of, I thought it was sliced goat cheese, but it wasn't. It said fromage frais, which is kind of odd. They also had quince paste, like little blocks, which I've never tried before, and I didn't actually try. I was going to, but then I just forgot. So yeah, but salamis, hams, a good selection, and they also had kind of like plain cheddar cheese as well. They also had some fresh fish out most days, so prawns. Did they have crab legs one day? I think they did have crab legs the first day. Mussels, so lots and lots of good. I kind of avoided the fresh fish because I didn't want to get ill, but my husband did have a crab leg and he had some mussels and he was perfectly fine. Then on to the hot section. So what I really liked was that every night was kind of like almost a different theme. So we had an Asian night where there was sushi and kind of like noodles, gyozas, things like that. They had, I think, a curry-ish night one night where they had like curried stews and like rice and biryani things. They had like a Tex-Mex night where they had burritos, fried chicken. They had nachos, and they had it was a chocolate fountain but with plastic cheese. I call it plastic cheese. Kind of American runny cheese, like nacho cheese, which I thought was really good. And also I kind of thought, how the hell are they going to clean that machine after all that sticky cheese on it? But yeah, that was a really good night. Then they had a kind of a Mediterranean kind of Turkish night, so we had like kebab meat out and wraps and things like that. And they also had an American theme, I think, one night where they had like burgers, onion rings, things like that. But yeah, what I really liked is they had the grill section where they would grill different kinds of meat and fish, and then they had lots of like your main dishes in trays. Really, really lovely. The meat for the most part was good. I think there was only a couple of things I didn't really like, one of which was ribs, where there was just not much meat on the bone, and it was very hard to get any meat off the bone, and I didn't want to pick it up with my hands. So that's probably my only criticism. And also, I mean, you do not want raw chicken on holiday, but I did find in some dishes the chicken was a little bit overcooked, but I would take overcooked chicken over raw chicken any day of the week. So I loved it all. I thought it was really, really good. There was some unusual flavors in there. There was like a pork cheek dish. There was a tripe dish, which I thought was actually really good. I didn't think I was going to like it, but it was amazing. They did have plenty of food for picky eaters. So they had things like pizzas. In fact, the pizzas were actually nice. They had like the plain kind of margherita pizza, but then they also had like one day they had a pizza with mussels on it, which I thought was really nice. They also had plain pasta, plain rice, and with the plain pasta and the rice they also had just a carbonara sauce and a tomato sauce and a bolognese sauce, so you could like make your own spaghetti bolognese for your kids. They had plain spaghetti and plain fusilli. So if you've got really picky eaters, that would have been fine. Yeah, plain rice. Obviously had the bread rolls out as well. They had a couple of vegan dishes, so kind of tucked away in one corner. They had kind of a vegan paella, I think, one night. They had a vegan stew. It was kind of a reflection of what was on the main area, but in vegan form, which I really liked. There wasn't like a huge amount, but you had at least two main dishes. Plus you had things like chips. Oh, the chips. I almost forgot to talk about the chips. The chips were heavenly. Freshly cooked, straight onto the griddle pan, from the fryer into the serving dish. Incredible. Tastes like McDonald's chips, I would say. If you're going to have a comparison, my daughter ate so many chips. In fact, it was the only thing she really wanted to eat. So along with the mains and the kind of salad and the starters, they also had amazing desserts. Now, I could talk all day about those desserts. They were incredible. Quite a variety. There were some repeats every day, but some new things every day as well. The kind of standard kind of buffet, like little kind of cakes cut into little rectangles. Mousses, they had jellies. There's quite a few unusual flavors. I think there was a kiwi jelly and a pineapple jelly. They had like lots of little mousses and custards and kind of flan type dishes. And then they had some cakes. There was a carrot cake one day, which was amazing. I think there was a red velvet cake, which was also amazing. But yeah, I really, really did love. I think there was a hazelnut flavored whipped cream, which was just like heavenly. The chocolate mousses, brownies. They had one dish. It wasn't baklava. It was phyllo pastry with cream in the middle. Oh yeah, those desserts. I just want to go back right now and eat them all. They were so good. I have absolutely no complaints about the desserts. No real complaints about the food. As I said, it's probably just a little bit of food, chicken that was a little bit dry, and some ribs that you couldn't really get much meat off. But apart from that, I have literally no complaints. And the staff were nice. The plates were cleaned really quickly and efficiently. Obviously, it wasn't full high season, so I can imagine it did get busy towards the end of the week, and it did feel a little bit more chaotic with more people in there. So I can imagine in the highest, like the busiest of busy weeks, it may get a little bit too much. It was quite loud in there. But yeah, and along with the food, I don't think I filmed the drinks, but they had, in the morning, they had lots of juices. So apple juice, orange juice, and then like a multivitamin juice. They had tea, coffee. They had a machine where you can make tea, coffee, cappuccino, latte, all different kinds of coffees that I don't really know because I don't drink coffee. Also had water, sparkling and still water. And then they have the Coke, Sprite, Fanta, I think they have Fanta Orange and Fanta Lemon. So you could get those to go with your meals. They also had on the tap wine and sangria, and on the tap beer as well, I think, in the restaurant. Or was it just the wine? No, I think it was a tap of... No, yeah, I think it was just the wine and sangria with the meal. I don't think there was a tap of beer in the restaurant. But I tried the wine and I tried the sangria, and it wasn't for me. Just very, very strong, quite vinegary. Not obviously the best quality wine. And I don't drink wine, really. I don't really like it. So, but yeah, other people may love it. I realise I've talked for so long, but I just love the food at that holiday. I want to go back and eat it. So let's get into the food. Let's show you the amazing food. See you later. Bye. Wow, it's amazing. Strawberry mousse and like a strawberry custard tart, and I've got myself a little glass of sangria, very little glass. Let's try it. Oh my god, that's so strong. Oh. Yeah, no. That's horrible. Let me try this strawberry cake. That's good. Let's try this custard tart. Tastes like strawberry.
Double dipping on the bill.
It's called strawberry angel delight.
Fill up salad so good.
Yeah, sushi? Huh? What, mummy sushi? Oh, it looks so good. And then curried rice.
That one now, they're all finished.
Chocolate.
Vegetable. €10 for a day. Some beds.
Okay, so I got fish, Duchess potatoes, some fish fritters. I think this is black pudding sausage, and it's called pickled rib. But yeah, give that a go. That's pork stew and potato and veg. Chocolate sponge cake, banana bread, and like strawberry mousse, and then this is just chantilly cream. So yeah, looks amazing. Yeah. But I said to her like. So I've got the pork steak, the veal with nuts, the cod, the pork cheek stew, and the blackened rice with squid ink. Okay, the pork steak was amazing, and so is cod. That is so good. Sorry, I haven't got my thing. The veal is a bit chewy, but it is really nice. Try the pork steak. Again, a bit chewy, but nice flavour. Try this squid ink rice. Okay, so we've got the chocolate semi-Fredo, the custard, the hazelnut, and the cake. I'm probably just not going to eat all of this, but I wanted to try it every little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's try the chocolate. It's really good, really chocolatey. Try the custard. I'm not sure about this. Okay, it just tastes like bird's trifle custard. And it's cold and it's like hard, so it's like a trifle. That is so good. Let's try the strawberry one. Oh god, that is so nice. It's kind of just like the cake that you get an all you can eat buffet. Let's try this hazelnut mousse. Yeah, and we have some weird things on the menu, like kiwi jelly, but what was the other one? Curd cheese. But the stuff that they do have that's nice is really, really good. Tex-Mex night. Got wings,
Like that.
crab salad, coleslaw, olives, some chorizo, and a mozzarella stick. So they had chili con carne, Mexican rice, mahi tuna, dogfish, potato wedges, Kentucky chicken, fried chicken, and some ribs. So hamburger. I didn't get the bun, but I put this like garlic sauce on it. It's really nice. And then this is a burrito with pulled pork in it. Yeah.
It's more than pepper. Actually, there's top pepper too.
Red velvet. Cream cheese follower.
And it was someone that said, and it had left 4 shillings in the box with a
Bad
note
meat.
saying,
Lamb.
I've got this feeling that a horse to do with Santa Claus is going to win.
Some of your sausage. Oh, yeah.
Potato gratin, stewed pork cheeks, mussel, some pork, some kind of sausage salad, pickle, and some cheese. Okay, so this is paella. The pork cheeks again, which were amazing. Some more of the dough potato because that was amazing. This is tripe. Not sure what it's going to be like, and that's some sea bass. But yeah, oh my god, this stuff is just heavenly, and is that, as is that. Yeah, really, really good food here. Right, short fin shark, kidney beans, potato, chicken stew, said pork crackling, and then this is a weird thing with cheese in the middle, so give it a go. Okay, so that's chocolate nut brownie, lemon meringue, banana bread, strawberry semi-freddo, chocolate mousse, and then I had some like blackcurrant or raspberry cheesecake, and it was amazing. So we'll try this. Yeah, everything is so good. Salmon. Strawberry mixed and chocolate ice cream, like soft ice. And you've got your cups and stuff for that. And then we've got a milkshake machine. So strawberry, chocolate, vanilla. Then we've got a cocktail. I think there's only like 3 things that are alcoholic. I'm not even sure if the pina colada is alcoholic anymore. And then they've got a non-alcoholic. I don't think this is just pineapple, orange, and apple juice. Then they've got coffee and tea machines, so you can get decaf, hot water, decaf, milk coffee, chocolate milk, just normal hot milk, cappuccino, and they also have hot water. See, got another one here. Then we've got some tonic water, some Fanta, Sprite, Coke, and iced tea. And then they've got the water fountains, 2 water fountains, sparkling, kind of ambient temperature, and then really cold, some ice. And then they've got, for all inclusive, they've got Estrella, and then they've got some sangria. I tried it, it's not great. And then more Estrella, and then just like cups, and then they've got some nuts, loads of crisps. Sienna's been wolfing those down, and then some little cakes and some things. And then over here they've got hot food and the bar.